Mayweather says exhibition. Pacquiao's team says professional fight. And now they're talking breach of contract. This is where it gets serious. All right, let me break this down for you because this is not just boxing drama. This is a full-blown contract dispute. And somebody could be on the hook for a lot of money. And it's going to be Manny Mayweather. On one side, you have Floyd Mayweather Jr. saying, this is an exhibition, it's just for fun. But on the other side, you have Manny Pacquiao's team saying, nope, this was always a professional fight and not just talk. They're saying multiple contracts were signed.
I know this sounds really silly to ask.
Shout out to Fight Hype for providing the video.
But like, is there something specific that clarifies like it's a professional fight? And I know you mentioned like we're not getting it, but just for fans that are looking at it, it would make sense that if it's a fight, you know, where would the exhibition, I guess, switch up would be? I'm assuming like it's a professional fight and not exhibition, right?
So let me read out something to you here, okay?
So that's Jas Mather, the CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions.
The main event bout of the boxing program will be a boxing match between Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather. The match will be a professional and sanctioned match and shall count on the official professional records of Mayweather and Pacquiao, and the final rules for which shall be subject to the mutual agreement of Pacquiao and Mayweather and subject to further approval of Netflix.
Okay, so I don't hear exhibition nowhere near in that statement.
The word professional is in this contract 11 times.
Oh, wow.
Another part, and which will be a professional and sanctioned boxing match and shall count on the official professional records of Mayweather and Pacquiao.
Yeah, I don't get exhibition from that.
Listen, here's the thing, right? If anybody wants to talk, right, back it up. Because we can back it up. So Floyd wants to come out and start being an actor. I mean, he should go audition for a movie instead. Okay? Simple. I rest my case.
So with that, because of the binding agreements, what could be some of the consequences that Mayweather could face? I mean, I know there's probably legally and money because you mentioned that.
Quite a bit.
Money. So,
Quite a bit. Listen, damages are always monetary, right? Damages are always monetary.
Monetary, of course, it means just money.
Damages are always monetary. So again, does a person have a choice after signing a contract to breach it and to do it? Absolutely, he can. Is this worth it? In my opinion, what he's doing? No. I think this is very unprofessional. This is not a good look. He's just, discrediting everyone that has helped put this together and that is behind this and supported it and made it happen. And I don't think he understands the value that comes by being associated with such a company like Netflix and the doors that it can open, the additional opportunities it can bring. They're just not that bright over there, you know?
With that, I'm assuming Manny's definitely, it's a professional fight. If by all means, you guys aren't taking any step backs away from the idea of professional. So if Floyd continues to pursue the idea of exhibition.
It doesn't matter in what way you ask me. The answer is not going to change. This is a pro fight. We are only interested in a pro fight. We have no interest in an exhibition. And as of this moment,
Manny Pacquiao definitely doesn't want an exhibition. He wants to get his lick back.
the event is not canceled and it's not an exhibition and it's at the Sphere. There's no other venue. There's no other venue in consideration. Netflix wanted it as Sphere. It was conditional from day one.
Now let's hear what Mayweather had to say about the situation. Shout out again to Fight Hype. They always get the exclusives with Floyd Mayweather. So if you ever want to check out any videos of Floyd Mayweather, if anybody would have it, be Fight Hype.
So go again?
Yeah, first of all, we want to back to you at Sphere. What part did being at the Sphere kind of play you taking that fight?
Well, as of right now, we don't know exactly where the fight is going to be at. We don't know the location of the fight. The Sphere is one of the places that they talked about. So we don't know if it's 100% going to be there. And this is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition.
Okay.
So right there, you see Floyd still thinks he's in some type of negotiations because he doesn't want to put all his eggs in one basket with Sphere. But according to Manny Pacquiao's manager, the Sphere has been the only venue that they've made this fight happen in. So I don't know if Mayweather's not talking to his team or what's going on, but it seems like they're not on the same page with what's in these contracts and what Mayweather knows. Or Mayweather is just using all this as just publicity. He's always been the type to think that even negative publicity, any publicity is just good publicity. So I guess it could work. We're talking about it, so.
So we're going to do it again, and hopefully we're going to entertain the people.
Right. And as far as that, what's it going to be like fighting him again, like 11 years later now?
It's just, I never really took any abuse, in the sport of boxing. Still extremely healthy, work out every day. And, I got an exhibition with Mike Tyson also, another exhibition in Greece. So if I'm just sitting at home and I'm just working out every day, spending time with my grandson and spending time with my children, I said, why not go out, have a little fun, entertain, and put on some exhibitions? And so that's what I'm doing.
Okay, and then you talked about NBA.
Now, this is where the law comes in. From a legal standpoint, everything comes down to one question. What does the contract actually say? And according to Manny Pacquiao Promotion CEO Jas Mather, the contract clearly says it's a professional fight. Then Mayweather calling it an exhibition and trying to treat it like one could be a material breach of contract. And if that's true, Pacquiao side could sue for damages. They can claim they lost revenue. We're talking massive numbers, especially when you got pay-per-view and Netflix involved. They could also potentially try to force compliance and make Mayweather fight, but that's what they call specific performance, but that's rare. They're not going to make him do that. But if the contract is not crystal clear, now you've got a war over interpretation. And this is where things could get messy. There could be some emails back and forth with the teams, negotiations that are ongoing. There could be some representations that we're not seeing that could be in the background. All that becomes evidence. But here's where Mayweather might be in trouble, because according to the interview, he already accepted some money. And he already signed multiple agreements. And he may even be promoting other fights, which could violate exclusivity, because they're saying he's having another exhibition in Greece before the Manny Pacquiao fight. So that matters. So Mayweather could be breaching the contract in multiple ways. So we'll see. I'm Michael Ferreira. This is Fit in the Grind. We might actually have to be here again tomorrow to update this, because according to Manny Pacquiao's manager, Mayweather had 24 hours to cure his breach that he said that this fight was just an exhibition. So I don't know if Mayweather's actually going to come out and say anything, but I'm sure his team is trying to work something out right now, and their teams are trying to work something in the back end, because I don't know if this fight's going to happen. Because I don't think Mayweather's going to want to fight a real fight with Manny Pacquiao, honestly. Because Pacquiao has been active. He's been fighting. He actually fought Mario Barrios, the former welterweight champion, in his last fight, and went to a draw. So he actually fought a 12-round fight in his last fight. Mayweather's been fighting these measly exhibitions. So I'm a huge Floyd Mayweather fan. If anybody knows, I'm all about that hard work and dedication. So I'm a huge Floyd Mayweather fan, but him at his age, 49 years old, he would lose that if he were to fight Manny Pacquiao right now, because he's older than Manny Pacquiao. And I don't think he wants to take that risk and fight Manny Pacquiao and put his legacy and his record on the line. So we'll see. My name is Michael Ferreira. This is Fin the Grind. I'm out.